Welcome to Buzzard's Corner of Love. Think outside the box. How can you think outside the box in life? Possibly doing something spontaneous, maybe, or creating from within, possibly angels. Or you could also allow yourself to go with the flow in life and see where that takes you. That's creativity as well. That and so much more. I am Heather Buzzard of Buzzard's Corner of Love, bringing people back to themselves where we uplift and inspire you to become who you truly came here to be. Angels, it is a beautiful day out here in Los Angeles, and I am glad to be with you. And I'm happy that you are here to share in our theme of the month, which is creativity. And our topic today is spiritual creativity thinking. Yet first, grab your favorite beverage. Today, angels, we are drinking good old fashioned apple juice. Good for the body. Take a sip. Mm, and allow yourself to sit back and relax. Spiritual creative thinking. Do you create or do you think creatively? Are you aware of your thinking? Do you just go with negative thinking? Do you flow with the world's thinking, your family's thinking, or do you create your own thinking? Creativity is the flow of the universe. It's the creator and it is life itself. It's the energy that creates. So when we're blocked creatively, angels, when we're blocked, we are blocked spiritually. And Buzzard's Corner of Love is a spiritual format to uplift, inspire, and encourage you. So I know that when I'm blocked in my creative cycle or my creative self, whether it be ideas, writing, things to do, finding activities in my life, then if I'm unable to flow with that, then I understand and know that I have blocked myself in some way, shape, or form, which is where personal responsibility comes into play. Yet, as one is taught, in order to really understand and move forward in life, we need to acknowledge, and accept personal responsibility to change it. So, creativity is also about expressing yourself in new and different ways. I myself have been expressing myself in different ways as how I'm dressing. I'm moving into a space of being more conscious of how I'm expressing myself with others, being conscious of the tone of my voice, how I come across with others through my body language and behavior, using myself as an example, angels. And I tell you, by using creativity, you have newness in your life. And you're also in a spiritual practice while you're creating positive energy. So, in what ways do you express yourself? There's all different types of creative thinking. And see if you match up with any of this. See if you can find a thread in any of this. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. The different types of creative thinking is inspirational. That is when we are here. We are inspirational. I inspire myself to get myself up and moving, and I pass that on to others. So inspirational thinking, which is creative thinking, that which was mentioned above. Divergent thinking is the basic understanding that creativity involves the ability to diverge or to come as a shock or to reveal. Lateral thinking is creative thinking, which came on in 1967. They created the term lateral thinking. Yet, angels, the different types of creative thinking, the number one is inspirational. Because when you are in tune and in relationship with your higher self, that positive energy sinks into your beingness. I'm going to give you an example. I've said many times on this show that the topics always seem to unfold in my life. And this month's topic is creativity. And I went through some experiences last week that helped to show myself me still hanging on to an old story or an old idea about myself. And I worked on myself, felt that, and then burned it to ashes to ashes. And it was really interesting to see the domino effect from just one experience that I had on the last weekend, to see the domino effect that it had. And what I'm really trying to get at, angels, is knowing that I'm responsible for creating my life. When I moved through that transition of negativity and wrote that positive letter to myself and burned it, I heard Spirit say to me, you can have fun creating a new story. So creativity, energy, and angels, you can use for fun to create what it is you desire in your life. So having this create this domino effect from the past weekend to today, I am going to Nashville on Thursday to be with my natural family at the family reunion, to actually create a new story about who I am, which is the second chapter of my life. And that's creativity thinking, angels. You can always create yourself anew in the grandest version of the greatest vision ever that you held about yourself. Each and every single day is a new day and a new opportunity. Yet, if we get stuck in our thinking that we're less than, that we don't deserve, that we can't, that we aren't strong, that we don't have the tools or the ways to do this, then we will stay stuck in that everlasting negative loop. And that isn't beneficial for you or for the world, because collectively, it is collective consciousness that has created all on this planet. So as we move on, the 4 C's of creative thinking is critical thinking, which teaches you to question and to seek the truth. And angels, that is one thing that I have been blessed with ever since I was little. I always question to seek the truth of things. Even as an adult, I still do that. So critical thinking is powerful because it teaches you to think in a way that is unique to yourself. And when you're able to create your own thinking that works for you, then you can create the life that works for you, because you understand that what you think and what you speak is what you create. That is why creativity thinking is so important, because thinking is attached to our words. So are your words creative in your life? Are they creating positive energy? Are they creating happiness, joy, life, fun? I know I have an opportunity this weekend, this coming Thursday through next Tuesday, to actually have fun, observe, listen, see, to just watch my family and to experience unconditional love, true unconditional love. So it will be fun. And I'll be posting videos and whatnot on my YouTube channel over the weekend. And I'll be back next Tuesday to share that experience with you. Creativity angels. The next type of creative thinking is creativity. We say critical thinking, which teaches you to seek the truth. Creativity thinking helps you to think in ways that are unique to yourself so that you can create that balance in relationship. Collaboration thinking teaches you that groups and becoming can create something bigger. And it is in that collaboration that we come together that something bigger does happen. If you ever notice, when there's disasters or anything on this planet, we come together as a people. And by coming together, we help solve those big problems. That is not a coincidence, angels. And the last C is communication. Are you an effective communicator? Me being in communications, I've always been one to be very verbally communicative and clear with my communication. Yet communication teaches you how to efficiently convey your ideas with others. And because I am able to communicate, angels, I can get my ideas across not only to you, but yet to people in my personal life as well. Yet for me, my opportunity is to be able to come across, is to give those ideas across in a gentle, more softer, loving manner. per Buzzard's Corner of Love. So as we move on, angels, God's view of creativity or spirituality, life, Jesus, whatever you choose to call it, is life gave each one of us talents and creative minds. Are you using the God-given talents and gifts that God has given you? And if not, what is your reason for it? We can all find excuses: not having enough time, enough money, not being able to believe in yourself, or thinking that you can do this, that, or the other. Yet I have come to understand that any gift that Spirit gives you, I'll speak from myself. Spirit gave me the gift of communication. When I created Buzzard's Corner of Love 13 years ago, I had no clue at all what it would morph into. I just started writing. I heard Spirit say, create Buzzard's Corner of Love, and I started blog writing, which turned into radio and TV and YouTube, all of this. Yet what I'm saying, angels, is by using your God-given talents, God will make a way for you to communicate. And it is only that, from that blog writing and me listening to Spirit, I've come all this way now to where I have a book coming out about my life story, about the first half of my life. So that's just that book. So all of that started by me listening to Spirit say, get up and write. So creativity is the God-given gifts that God has given us, and God will give us ways to make things happen as long as we're still obedient and we listen and follow through on that. In the beginning, there was God, which created the heavens and the earth. Knowing that God is creator, God formed us in its image and its likeness. Do you believe that about yourself? That you were formed in the image and likeness of God, which is love, peace, joy, understanding, compassion, empathy, communication, forgiveness, letting go, faith, trust, belief, prosperity, abundance. Angels, I can go on and on and on. Detachment, standing in your power. What ways do you allow yourself to know that you and God are one? Do you allow that energy to flow through you? That is creative energy. That is God's view of creativity. The chakra that is related to our creative energy, and you can work with it. I worked with it, angels. It's the third chakra. So we've got the root chakra, our sacral chakra, and the third chakra. And it isn't a wonder that it's the digestive system. How well are you able to digest what is happening in your life? We got a lot of medicine for digestive pills or for indigestion and stomach aches and all of that, and all kinds of medicine. Yet, what if you really were to just allow yourself to clear all of that out by focusing on your creativity and allowing yourself to flow with that? Working with that third chakra, the crystal that goes with that, angels, is the citron crystal. And I have one. And I used to wear it right with my clothes on my third chakra. And it did help me move through a lot of a lot of those challenges that I was moving through at the time, so that this creative energy could flow through me. So in knowing that, angels, how can creativity thinking help you in your life right now? Are you in a space of happiness? Are you in a space of joy? Are you content with what your life is giving you? If you've answered yes to all those questions, you are on your way. Yet if there was one no in there at all, then may I suggest, or we suggest, that you choose to turn within and look at how you can create a more positive energy and flow in your life, creatively building that relationship with your higher self and allowing the divine ideas to flow into your consciousness. Angels, I do these shows each week. And it isn't only just these shows, I work with people and I do writing. And sometimes I ask myself, where am I? What am I going to talk about, God? What? And when I'm trying to think about it, it doesn't come to me. Yet when I let it go and I move on to something else and don't even give it any thought, that's when an idea will pop into my head and be like, do this, check this and see what that is about. And that is going with the flow of creative thinking, angels. So every time I come up with the topic, don't think it's just something that I just create. I mean, this comes from a spirit through me to you to give you inspiration, to uplift, to inspire you using my life as an example, my strength, my courage, my determination, my faith, my belief in myself, knowing from whence I came from, knowing if that I'm able to do it, so too can you. And that's why I share my life story. That's why I've written my life story. That's why I do these shows each week. That's why I share with the world to let people know that they too have God's creative energy within them. God didn't leave any of us out. God gave his talents to each and every one of us. And again, are you using the creative gifts that Spirit has given you? And there's a million trillion excuses that you can think of. Yet God gave you that for a purpose and a reason. You may ask, well, why does God or energy, life, or whatever choose for us to be creative? Well, a call to creativity is placed on our lives because we bear the creative characteristics of God. God is creator, created the world, one breath. Everything that we see in this world was created by spirit, life, energy, whatever you choose to call it. And knowing that we come from that, we too are creators of life. Whether we choose to take responsibility for our life and our actions or not, where we are and what we're feeling and experiencing is because of our thinking. And I know when I went through this process of last week and this domino effect process, I heard Spirit say to me, have fun. Have fun creating a new story about yourself. Little did I know at that time that I'd be going to this family reunion. So going to my naturals family reunion, I'm going to have fun and represent Buzzard's Corner of Love and create a new story for myself using creative thinking, knowing that I'm worthy, that I am deserving, that it is my time to experience the good in life. And you too, angels, can have that if you so choose to. Also, we are made to use our God given creativity to cultivate the potential of the creation around us. God created the world out of nothing, and we are called to do the same. Everything that we see, including Buzzard's Corner of Love, came from nothing into something. Started off, Spirit whispered it in my ear. This is where it's manifested today. Yet it came from the no thing. So everything, angels, comes from the no thing. So when you really truly understand that, you can't help except use God's creativity. And you may be using God's creativity and not even be consciously aware of it. If you're a baker, if you care for people, if you take care of children, if you work with seniors, if you work with homeless people, if you have 501c3 businesses that uplift others, lots of things, right? A lot of things. Just become more consciously aware. That's all that Spirit's asking us to do. So as we move on, the chakra stone for creativity, like I said earlier, is carnelian, which is the creative powerhouse. And that is the center, our third chakra, angels. And it isn't a coincidence that it goes with our abs, because when we have abs, tight abs, our back is supported. So the chakra in the digestive system is where we digest our life, beliefs, ideas, other people's beliefs, other people's ideas. Yet if you look up that crystal, carnelian, I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's spelled Carnelian. Google it. Find that crystal. Order it online if you can. Work with it. I've worked with those crystals, angels, and they do carry powerful energy. And knowing that that crystal is connected to the sacral chakra, it helps you with creativity, passion, pleasure. It sparks and it ignites confidence, and it helps you with motivation. It helps you to begin and to sustain the energy as you move through creative projects. I'm a living example of it. I tell you, I worked with that crystal. It is true. Because I tell you, when I started Buzzard's Corner of Love years back, I didn't have the confidence I have today. In fact, I started out writing behind, behind a computer. And then I went into radio behind a microphone. And I did that for 5 years before I went into YouTube to be seen. And to be seen on a weekly basis, angels, takes confidence in yourself. That you know, that you know, that you know. Speaking about it, practicing it. I'm speaking to myself. Y'all are just eavesdropping. I am a work in progress. So I don't choose for anyone to think that I am any better than anyone else, because I'm not. I am a work in progress as you are. I choose to use the spiritual tools in my life to mold and shape and create my life in grander, more loving ways to have more joyous experiences. And so too can you. As we move on, angels, I will tell you this. It is a choice. What do you choose? What do you choose in your life? Do you choose to use creative thinking and to have a fun life? Or do you choose to just drag through life sick, uptight, angry? We were not meant here. We weren't put here for that. And that takes believing in yourself. And if you aren't in a space right now where you can believe in yourself, just believe in something. Start somewhere. That's all Spirit asks. A mustard seed of faith. When I scheduled this trip, just today, Angel, or yesterday, when I scheduled this trip to go to this family reunion for my natural birth family, I know that this experience coming up, it already has changed my life. To experience true unconditional love, to embrace that, to be in that energy, and to really know that I come from unconditional love, which is of God. So this trip that hasn't even occurred has already shifted my perspective about myself. And that's what creative thinking helps you do. It helps you shift your perspective about yourself. And you're worth it, because I know I'm worth it. So, angels, next week I will be on a plane next Tuesday coming back from Nashville. Yet I do intend to do our show next week. So I'm looking forward to that. And I will tell you this. Where in your life can you use creative thinking? In what areas are you able to apply any of what you heard here today in your life? For your own self, to allow yourself to move forward in life so that you can have fun in life. And I tell you, it isn't a coincidence that our show next week is Imagination Isn't Just for Kids. Because this weekend, I'm going to have fun. I'm going to use my imagination and I'm going to create a positive, loving, uplifting story of myself using my creative thinking. Angels, it's as simple as that. What do you choose? So, next week, angels, again, like we said, is imagination isn't just for kids. That's our show next week. Wish us safe travels. Nashville, Tennessee, here we come. I am so looking forward to it. I am excited. So until next week, angels, you can always go to here, youtube.com/Buzzards Corner. Think outside the box. Check out our past videos. Start or end your day with a video. We've got a lot of forgiveness videos, a lot of informational videos right here on our YouTube channel. You can go to buzzardscorner.com, BUZZARDSKORNER, Buzzards Corner with a K.com. Angels, check out our blog page. You can start or end your day with a positive blog message in your life. We've got coaching packages over there, our group coaching, as well as our one-on-one coaching. Angels, you can pick up our book, 8 Easy Steps to Improve Your Life Now. You can download that off lulu.com. That's our ebook, 5 Pillars of Life or Death. What are you choosing? That's our softback book. You can pick that up off of lulu.com as well. And angels, my book, Breaking Chains, Breaking Chains and Reclaiming My Identity, is coming out soon. And as soon as I get my first copy, angels, I will share that with you. I am so excited. Again, creative energy. Out of nothing comes something. Wish us safe travels. I am excited. We will see you here next week. Until then, angels, I am Heather Buzzard, a Buzzard's Corner of Love, bringing people back to themselves.